Look at this. Oh, and look, Gracie, there's more coming.
Yeah. And I think there's another one right there. I wonder what it
Here
is.
on the fence line near this canna lily.
I wonder what it is.
I don't know.
Is it a red canna lily?
Doesn't look the same at all. It's very pretty.
It is
It looks a
spiky
bit like
leaves.
an iris.
Those have rounded leaves.
You're being rather unladylike, you lot. Oh my goodness. We've got this. It's over here, but they don't know it. Chuk 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 chuk. Chuk 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 chuk. Oh, they've gone for the scraps. So the kids and I are on morning chore duty because all the big kids are away at camp this week. So the hens are over there right now. There's a big pile of scrap metal in the middle, which we've got to take to the metal recycling place. Just junk we've found laying around the farm that we've sort of piled up. So that'll go soon, but the chickens are helping keep it kind of clean and tidy around the edges. These tomatoes are starting to grow up into the tree. These little guys, I don't know if it's just the type or if there's a bad bit of soil there. They're Romas, I think, Roma tomatoes, and they're just staying pretty stocky. Whereas these ones, so I don't know if it's a variety issue, because these ones right here are growing right up into the tree. And along here, see there's another short patch there. I think they're Romas as well. So maybe the Romas don't get as big, or maybe that was a determinate variety and I didn't realize it. I'm not sure. We've got to mow this lawn. Yeah, I need to get back out here and tie up these tomatoes. And we're getting a fair bit of pest pressure. There's something's eating the Swiss chard or the silver beet. I'm out here watering, even though we have another, my phone's been going off this morning with severe thunderstorm watches and warnings, and I don't think, we've had a few that have sort of just turned into nothing. So I guess, they can never exactly track the course of the storm. So it's better they send out warnings than people not know. But I'm a little bit really watching it this morning because 4 of our boys are away at a church camp about an hour or so away, and it's in the area for the severe thunderstorm warning. So I'm like, my people are scattered. My people aren't all in one place. So praying over my boys this morning. And I'm watering the garden even though we may get a thunderstorm, because it's very much a may or may not. So we've got lots of little baby greens on these tomato plants. And our little banana's growing a bit slower than I thought. Not growing as fast as they do in Queensland. But just look at all those baby tomatoes. Zion is super excited for the tomato harvest. He loves tomatoes. So I think he will be my little helper out here harvesting. I could put the sprinkler on, but I like to hand water because I honestly see things when I'm hand watering and pay closer attention to what's happening in the garden. I pull weeds, I notice bugs, so I like to just stand out here and let the sweat pour off me as I water the garden and listen to the birds and see what's going on. These tomatillos are getting big. Look, there's a wee little There's a few of them actually. It's quite exciting. Flowers on the eggplants. Lots of cherry tomatoes. Oh, and this guy, I have no idea what this is, and I have a suspicion it could be a weed. It looked a little bit like a tomatillo though. Oh, maybe, because look, there's a little seed poddy thing. So I was contemplating whether to pull it out. It's kind of along a fair bit from the other tomatillos. And the leaves have a little bit more of a jaggedy look on them. And I thought, oh well, I'm just going to leave it there and see what it is and see what it does. It's getting quite big. Whatever it is, whether it's a weed or otherwise, it is thriving. But that kind of does look a little bit like a, where did it go? Let me see, where did it go? There it is. Like a tomatillo kind of thing, plant fruit. I don't know. There it is. But it could just be a weed because the leaves are a bit different. See, look. Kind of jaggedy leaves. And if I pan across here to the tomatillos, they're not so jaggedy. They're kind of more smooth. So they're very similar pod-looking things. These ones here, they're the Mississippi pink eye that a friend Melissa gave us, and they are just booming along. They don't mind the heat, they don't mind when it's dry for a few days, they just keep on trucking. Just doing really well. Some of the other plants you can really tell, they're like, oh my goodness, it's too hot. But not these guys, they love it. The cosmos are growing up. I had a couple of cosmos flower in the front garden. Gracie was so excited. I'm over here now. Look at the zucchinis. They're getting really big. The plants anyway. I've been out here every day with these zucchini plants chasing squash bugs or stink bugs. And there haven't been a whole heap, but I've killed a few and I've definitely pinched off quite a few eggs and fed them to the chooks. And yesterday I found a leaf down on these dark green ones, I think, that was just covered with babies that had just hatched. So I was able to grab those because I'm like, I've never had a great lot of luck growing zucchinis. So I am hoping for better luck this year. And I'm really hoping I'll get some good fruit off these. So I'm trying to be really diligent with chasing those squash bugs. These ones down this end are green, dark green zucchini. And I think these ones, which are honestly doing even better, are a yellow squash or yellow zucchini. I got some little marigolds hiding down in under here. I'm not sure if they'll make it. They won't get a lot of sun now, I guess, that these guys have grown up so big. Look, our first zinnia. Isn't it just perfect? It's just a tiny one, but so beautiful. The one about to come out here, and they're sort of scattered through this bed, and there's a whole row of them over on the other side of the beans. The cosmos will be flowering soon. I can't wait. This little ochre is just taken off, haven't you, darling? I harvested this little guy yesterday to put in the potato salad, but he'll come back. I was just on my way, found the watering can, had to walk everywhere to find where it was, and I'm gonna go get some worm juice. But look, I just spotted this little one, the Dipladenia. I'm so excited. I rescued this Dipladenia out of the bin, it had been thrown away, both of these, and they'd come back, but I just commented the other day, oh, they haven't flowered. Maybe they've been too traumatized to flower, and it's just going to. That is so cool. Okay, the wormies are doing good. Just put some water in here. I'm just going to collect some of that goodness. Okay, a few more little updates. This raised bed is just going off. It's a little... I have had tomatoes come up in here. I don't think I planted them, but anyway, they're here. There's eggplant, the peppers. Now my rocket has started bolting, but that's okay because I'll chop it down and feed it to the chooks, and they will like that. And then it will feed the soil. Oh, there's one of those lucky guys. So it's just coming along. I'm still having a little bit of, let me see if I can find some. Yeah, still having a little bit of leaf curl, but I've been trying to just apply worm juice consistently every couple of days, and I think it's helping. But yeah, we've been getting radishes every day, and the rocket out of here on the other side. Oh, and I've been harvesting, you can see I've harvested a lot of this parsley for a potato salad. This turns out is I thought it was a bush bean, but it's not. So I may just let it do its thing, whatever that is. And the leeks are kind of getting, I planted a whole row of leeks, but I obviously didn't give them enough space. Let me see if I can show you. This guy here is kind of being crowded out by eggplants and dill and radishes. So I think I'll get a few leeks, but a lot of them have been just overshadowed by everything else. Another little fun update. We went and visited our friends Kathy and Tim on their place not too far from here, and she came over the other day and bought me this beautiful little lime tree. So I'm going to pot it up and see if I can take care of it. The elderberries are just going really well, so that's exciting. And she gave me some cuttings of yarrow. Now, I have no idea, and she wasn't really sure if you can grow yarrow from cuttings, but I'm just going to try. So if anyone knows about yarrow and if you can grow it from cuttings, or if I need to do anything in particular, please let me know. So I've got a few of those and some holy basil. I'm starting to sound like a Texan. They call it holy basil. Basil is what I would call it, but it's holy basil or tulsi, I think. And I think it's quite different from the regular basil that I have over there. So I have to look up its properties and what you can do with it. I have a feeling it can be medicinal, but I don't know much about it. So, okay. Harvesting some more worm juice for the garden. So the other day, again, a gift from our friends Kathy and Tim gave us this old tote that they were not using, and my boys have just cut it in half. So this is the other half of it here. They cut it in half with a grinder or something, I can't remember. And my husband has turned it into this awesome little worm farm because it already had a tap on the bottom. So he's just raised it up on pallets and some rubber mats so that it'll get the right height so we can harvest the worm juice. And we filled it up with this. So we filmed a little bit the other day of how we put this together. So I'll show you that now. I've been talking about for a while we're wanting to upgrade. I made this little worm farm a while ago out of an old crate, and hubby found this, a friend of ours gave it to us, and we've cut it in half, an old tote. It's got the tap already on it, with the handle and everything, and he's put it up on pallets so that we can get it the right height. We need to be able to get the bucket under so that when the worm juice comes out we can catch it. And show this side so we have to plug this hole so that when this is all full of all the goodness and the wormies, that when we flush out the worm juice they don't go down the plug hole. Now it's a little bit trickier actually because it's running this way instead of flat like the other one was, but I'm just going to make a I guess filter the same as I did in the last one. Folded up an old piece of wire we found laying around, got an old piece of screen, and I'm just knock that off. I'm going to wrap it around. So this is actually, I'm hoping this will be fine enough. Liquid should get through these holes, and we're going to put a brick on it to weigh it down, but the worms won't go through. Let's hope anyway. Kind of needs to go that way. That's going to be tricky because last time we could weigh it down. Okay, I'm going to make an L. That's what we'll do. So if we make an L shape, maybe that's what I did last time actually, now that I think about it. I think I did do that last time. We make an L. Gracie, pass me the brick, honey. The big one. Yeah, good girl. It's a bit heavy, isn't it? So the L shape, yeah, maybe that's what I did do. And that brick's nice and heavy. Now, probably, it's not very fancy, but it's functional. And hopefully that'll work. So then, now we'll just have to keep an eye on it as well and make sure that no worms are getting through. Maybe do a couple of flushes. And I do periodically check. Well, you kind of check automatically when you're tipping the worm juice in, and you can see if worms have gotten in the bucket, and then we know there's a problem with the filter. So we'll try it and see. But so now we've got to put manure and some spent hay and the wormies. All right, so this is manure that was collected from our neighbours. They're regenerative farmers. They farm organically just up the road. And hubby and the boys went and hand collected this out of the paddocks, babe. Did you get it out of the paddock, or the yards or something? Yards. Out of the yards?
What is that?
It's just poo-poos.
Manure.
Cow manure.
What is the things in the cow manure? Yeah.
Cow manure for the wormies.
Yeah, that does stink, by the way.
Yeah, well, it doesn't smell like roses, but your poops don't smell like roses. Did you know that? And then that guy. And then, oh, that's just. So this is more manure, but I have put these little spent paper cups from seed starting in there as well.
That's manure, but
and this is dried manure patties and straw. So
we should put the worms in.
Oh, that's what we were doing
can put,
with that though.
Put the worms in now, and then the other stuff on top.
That's what we were doing with the tray.
Are we going to mix the worms?
The worms are here.
We've got red wrigglers. Look.
Oh wow.
Got red wrigglers.
So wiggling.
Oh, don't push in, please, son.
There's lots of them, darling. You want to pick some up?
Now, in my reading, I was reading. And
Don't drop them. You're going to put them in their new house. Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't
No, that's
squeal,
all right.
bub.
It said they would continue to grow until, look at that, come look at this, Chris.
Yeah.
They would continue to grow
Again.
until they feel that it's too much capacity.
So we've just tipped all the wormies in.
What other ones do we
Hun,
have?
can
Do
you
we
just
have any
repeat what
other?
you said, please?
Yeah, so I read that the worms will double in size every 90 days, but they will stop growing according to the size of the container that they're in.
Right.
So
They know how they kind of self-regulate
get down,
their
please.
sizes. Their breeding,
So
sorry.
funny.
They self-regulate their breeding according to the size of the container, which is very cool, actually.
I didn't think about it yet.
There's no more left in their cage.
Well, these are the red ripples, actually.
So what were those ones?
They were
these
the
ones?
Wait a minute, Daddy's going to show you. Tiger worms? Wasn't there a tiger worm or something?
I'll take that.
Oh wow, some of these guys are big.
I hope combining them is okay. We're about to find out.
And look at them wiggling.
Wow, they're big.
Yeah, look at that, Mom.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at this,
I
Mom.
think they must be okay. Let me see that, Caves.
Yeah, you can see why they're called tigers. Oh no,
Now the other thing that I read,
they just.
Caves, I need you to stick your hand
Ah! Look how wide that is.
It's big, isn't it?
there. The other thing I read is when you introduce the worms to a new place,
Mm-hmm.
you cover them, but you leave the light in. So
So you
you do not put the shade over them like we've done with the other ones
Until they
for the
adjust.
first 24 or 48 hours. Or they will
Oh.
start climbing up your walls and trying to get out
Oh,
because it's a new
interesting.
environment.
Yes. Okay, that does make sense.
So we are going to put a couple of extra layers of manure and stuff on,
Mm-hmm.
and then can you make sure there's no
Oh, yeah.
and then we will leave it uncovered today.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yep.
Look at that tiny one.
Alright.
So,
Just leave it.
oh, look at that. That's so cool. Look how tiny this worm is.
Do you?
So welcome.
It's a
Yeah.
tiny one. It must be a baby, just like you.
I'm not a baby, I'm 5.
Oh, sorry.
Mattress on 6.
Alright, kids, if you could hop down, please. Gracie, hop down. Zion, hop down.
We're going to add the other layers in now. Okay, so I'm going to put these, cover them up with the rest of this poopy straw.
What did we put in this small one?
I have to tell you, I am so excited to have a bigger worm farm because we just need the juice. We need the worm juice for our gardens, and I have noticed, and I think it's a nutrient issue with curling of leaves on several plants. I do think it is a mineral nutrient issue in the soil, so they need more of this. And this little one was giving us a good amount, but look how much bigger when you see them side by side. And how many worms did we order, babe?
I think we were 2,000 or 500 for free. No, 1,000 maybe?
Yeah, because the first batch we got just 500.
Yeah.
So we got 500 for this little farm, and so maybe 2,000. I think you ended up getting 2,000 when we're ordering it. So
And we're still trying to organise the link for people so they can...
yes, I did have an affiliate link for Uncle Jim's worm farm, but it wasn't working properly. I was having trouble sorting that out, so I will keep working on that. I'll let you know. Dad's just going to water the wormies in. No, Caleb, we don't want that on just yet. Just wait. It's just old dirty water.
No, this is a good rainwater.
Right, but it's had manure in it, in the bucket. That's why it's dirty. I think that bucket has a busted bottom.
What, the orange one? It does.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
Give them some moisture
Now you put the bucket there.
and catch some juice.
We're just going to have to do it slow because
We're doing the
we don't want it to come out too fast.
And we want to make sure that that filter is working.
I can't see any warm.
And we will have to turn it on enough because that's going to be more than, obviously, more than one bucket.
That's a lot of warm juice.
Well, that's not one juice yet. That's more manure juice.
It'll still be good
Which
for the
is
garden.
good.
Okay, we're just going to get some of this spent hay that was collected again. It's sort of hay and manure and different things, which we're going to use. We're going to use in garden beds and in here, but it's also really great for the worms. So the worms are all in. We've put water in, flushed through a little bit of the water, and now we're just going to put this hay in. Spent hay, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But we're going to put weeds in there as well, garden weeds. And these little baby jalapenos coming along. Some of them are almost ready, I think. So that is very exciting. And there's some of these bigger tomatoes on here. Let me see if I can sneak in under here and show you. They are growing. Oh, they smell so delicious. I love the smell of tomato plants. Oh, now look at this guy. Something has got in there. But the others look okay. I hope they do well. I'm really hoping for some good tomatoes. Okay, I have one final little update for you. Here in the shed. Last week I told you that we had 4 duckies and Gracie showed you her ducklings that she got for her birthday. Well, it is possible that I may have asked for more. My husband wasn't super keen, but in the end relented. We now have, hey sweet babies, 12 little ducklings. It's okay, little guys. It's okay. They like radish tops, we have discovered, and paddling in the water. It's okay. So we've only had them for a little bit. We got them on the weekend. Hey. Zion has been picking them rose petals. You can see them all through and feeding it to them. He said, Mummy, Mummy, the duckies like rose petals too. So he reckons they ate some, but there's still quite a few here on the ground. I don't know. Hey, little guys. It's okay. It's okay, little one. It's okay, little one. It's all right. They're so cute. So cute. Hey, little baby. It's okay. Okay. Back to your people. Back to your family. There's lots of different colors. So that one was kind of brown. There's some ones with spots. Hey, little guys. It's all right. It's all right. They're still a bit nervous. It's okay. Lots of different colours. All right, I'll leave you in peace. So at this point we have a Jemima, a Rebecca, because you kind of have to have a Jemima and a Rebecca if you have ducks, in my humble opinion. We have a Zachary Quack, and what was the other one the kids said? Oh, there's another one. I can't think of the name right now. I'll have to ask the kids what it was. So we're working on names. I'm sure they'll all end up with names. My husband's like, ducks are so dirty. And they are. Like, they really are. They have made so much more of a mess of this brooder than the chickens ever did. But it's okay. They're only in here for a little bit. And they love the water. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but there is just a haze where you can see the humidity. Queensland does get very humid at different times, but I feel like perhaps Texas, or East Texas, deep East Texas where we are, is more consistently humid at this time than perhaps just your odd really humid day. There's sort of a haze where that you can kind of see the humidity. Okay, I just wanted to talk for a minute about the weather. I've had quite a few people just reaching out, touching base, making sure we're safe, and I really appreciate that. There's definitely a lot of nasty storms around, but we are totally safe. As you can see, everything is still fine. As most of you, or many of you probably know, I'm an Aussie, recently immigrated from Australia with my Ausmerican husband and our 7 children. And Australia is a place of rough weather. So I'm used to droughts and flooding rains and big storms. But tornadoes is a whole nother thing. Any Aussie worth his or her salt knows how to prepare for the fire season, and bushfires are a pretty big problem. Flooding rains, it is the land of droughts and flooding rains, and we've had friends lose everything to floods, and the fires are devastating every year when they hit different parts. But we don't have tornadoes. That is definitely a new thing. We've had so many tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches. Like I said, there's another one in place today. Thankfully, they haven't come. We've had some pretty severe storms, but they haven't done any damage, and we've been perfectly safe. We have our tornado plan in place. We know what we're going to do. We've talked to a lot of locals and asked a lot of advice, because it is new to us. We haven't had to deal with that before. So we've got our safe room that we know we'll all go to in the event of something like that happening. And so far we haven't had to worry about it, but we've got our plan in place. It definitely feels like it wants to storm. I don't know if you can see, but over there it's very, very grey and dark. And that is the northwest, and that's the direction the kids are in on the camp. So like I said, I'm in prayer today for them, but I'm sure they'll be fine. And the people they are with are very, grounded, sensible, down to earth. They'll know what to do if something were to go astray. But it is definitely a new experience, and something we're just figuring out. Can't say I'm a big fan of the tornado. Not a big fan. There are, there's been a lot of deaths. I heard that there's been over 300 tornadoes across the country this April. That's a lot of tornadoes. So anyway, thank you for all of those who have been concerned about us and asking. Appreciate your prayers. And, my heart and prayers just go to those people who have been in the direct path of these tornadoes and fierce storms, because it has been very, very devastating for a lot of people. So we will continue to uplift those people and their families and communities in prayer. Okay, speaking of which, it's coming. I can see that storm is coming, so I'm going to go inside. But thank you for hanging out with me today in the garden, just getting a little garden update. I'm just loving this experience. It is the whole thing's a bit of an experiment, I feel like, this year. I don't know what's going to work and what's not going to work. I'm just kind of winging it, figuring it out as I go, but I am having fun in the process, and I'm having fun bringing you along for the ride and sharing it with you. So thanks for being here. Sunshine and raindrops to you, my friend, and we'll see you next time. Hey friends, I'm just popping back on because I filmed this morning. It's later in the day. I was actually inside editing. We had a really big storm come through, as I said at the end of what I filmed earlier. And I did not realize, it's been kind of overcast and I'd been working inside. And I've just come out this afternoon. The weather has cleared back up. It's all pretty and the sun's come back out. The humidity has gone way down. It's really nice now. But look what's happened. That storm has busted off my zucchini, blown it over, snapped a lot of these clear off. Just snapped in half. And it's kind of all blown over to one side. I'm hoping, I don't know if it's going to recover. I mean, it's not completely annihilated, but it's definitely taken a pummeling and a hit. You can just see how everything is kind of, I didn't even realize it at first. Now this end is a lot better. It seems to be fine, and I can only think